Oh, Black History, baby.
Black
Kansas City
history,
Monarchs.
baby.
It's baseball time right now. It's the KC.
How about my Yankees, man? How about my Yankees? They're talking
7-0.
about our bats. They're talking about our bats. They got
Hey,
a problem with it. They better get used to it. It's showtime. Yeah. What up, though?
hey,
Howdies.
what's up? From the D.
You still in Detroit?
Yes, sir. I gotta represent, baby. The Yays, baby. We in Detroit.
I want to name that. Bitch, you making me look bad today,
Hey,
man.
man.
The
It's,
swag, the drip, like it's all there, man. Like, yo,
I
no,
gotta get you up here and introduce you to the Gators because I think Gators was born in Detroit.
yeah,
It's the spot here, man. Yeah.
the Detroit gear is is on full display right
Didn't Biggie say Detroit players?
now. No doubt about it. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Jeff Fox Show. Jenny Jones and Fitz Davis. We're here for a Whatever Wednesday, and you guys know how we feel about our people. You guys know how we feel about our culture. So what we will do is flip the script, and we're gonna go right to our guest line. You know what I mean? And we do have a very special guest today to come on here on the show, and we're gonna talk about um, some HBCU sports. How that sound to y'all?
I love it. I love it.
I'm ready.
All right. So without further ado, let me go to the guest line, and we will bring in our special guest, Mr. Bobby Hall.
Oh, thank you for having me, guys. Thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
Yes,
Good morning.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Let's
Good
see
morning.
what
Good
it
morning.
say. Oh, meet director. Okay.
He had the trophies back there already, so he's already winning.
Those are my sons. Those are my sons.
Yeah, thank you for joining us here on the show today, man. Before we talk NBA, before we talk Major League, we're gonna talk some HBCU stuff.
Yes,
Oh,
sir.
HBCU.
sir.
HBCU. Let's go.
There's a major event going down April 10th and 11th here in South Florida. The HBCU relays is going to be quite an experience, sir. And you are here to tell us all about it. So
Absolutely.
tell everybody in South Florida why they need to be there and why this is so important to all of us.
Okay, so as you said, on April 11th, we will have our HBCU Relays Experience. And the reason we call it the HBCU Relays Experience is not only is it going to be a track meet, but we're going to have other things around it. You know, we're going to have entertainment. We're going to have things for our culture, for our people. And we want everyone to come out and enjoy it. We
Right.
made it very reasonable as far as price is concerned. Ticket starts at $8. So you can always come out and watch your family, watch your friends, the whole 9 yards. What HBCU Relays is all about is we understand our kids, they are very talented. And a lot of them don't get a chance to expand on that talent to go to some of these Power 4 conference schools. But they do have the talent and the ability to be able to run on a higher level than high school. So what we are doing is we are raising money for scholarships for those kids who are talented enough to move on to the next level, but might not be talented enough to go to a Power 4 conference. We also understand that when our kids do get in school, the major reason that they don't go on to their second years in school is because of economic difficulties.
Mm.
Mm.
So we're also raising money for that. We call that Fill the Gap Scholarship, where we're going to help those kids who are already there continue on, to help them with their financial resources at that point also. Now, we understand that with HBCUs, I work with them a lot. I work with HBCUs, I work with major colleges, I work with pro athletes, the whole 9 yards. And I've come to find out that with, unfortunately, with some of our HBCUs, even though they have a track program, they don't have the scholarship dollars to give our kids the money they need to go to school. So we also want to try to fill that gap to help our kids to be able to go on and achieve those things that they are very, very capable and deserving to achieve. So that's pretty much what it's about.
Yes, sir.
The event itself is going to be amazing. We have, I don't know if you guys know it, but South Florida is a hotbed for high school track and field. A hotbed. I mean, we have a lot of kids who from here who go on, not only go on to college, but they go on to the Olympics and win gold medals at the Olympics. I'm going to be a proud father here. My son is one of those people.
All right. Congrats, man. Yes, sir. That's what we talk about.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes,
And
sir.
born and raised right here in South Florida, and we're proud of our athletes here, and we want to give them an opportunity to go on and achieve those things that we know they can achieve.
Will the experience be like campus like HBCU? Because I've always heard, I didn't go to an HBCU, but I've always heard about the whole vibe, the experience, the bands, the music, the pageantry. Is it all gonna be there on display?
Well, this year we're going to have some of it, but next year we will have the entire experience. This year we will have band, we will have the music, we will have the ability for kids to come out and showcase in front of college coaches, the whole 9 yards like that. Now, when you're talking about the future, we're going to have Battle of the Bands. We're going to have the college fair. The important part about the college fair is kids will be able to come out, not only the kids who are running, but the entire South Florida high school children will be able to come out. We'll have about 70 different colleges here set up to guide our kids so they can know what they need to do as far as applications, what opportunities are available, what scholarships are available. And there will even be some schools here that will be able to offer scholarships on the spot.
Wow. Wow. So you come out there and you run your best race. You don't just win the race, you could actually win a scholarship. That's big time, man. That's very, very impressive.
Oh, yeah. We're trying, man. We understand that if we don't do it, nobody else will.
Yeah.
Nobody else will. So we have to do everything we can to make sure that we give our kids every opportunity possible to achieve those things that they want to achieve, and we know that they can.
Mm-hmm. Coach Hall, this is Fitz Davis. I'm calling. I want to ask you a question. I'm up here in Detroit. My son runs track. He's on a West Coast school, and this is the first time I've heard of the HBCU relays. My question to you, I know you're based in South Florida. Is this just South Florida based that you're looking for the young men and women in South Florida, but is it open to where, say, African American men and young men and women throughout the country would know about your relays, and maybe like in Seattle, where my son grew up, he'd have an opportunity, maybe if he qualified for the times, he could come down and run. Is that?
Yes, absolutely. It's open to any athlete throughout the country.
Wow.
Actually, in fact, we even had some people from the islands, some high school athletes from the island, the Caribbean.
Really?
Absolutely.
See, I did. Okay. The reason why I was asking Jeff and Jenny, there's like something Coach knows about USTA. They have like USTAF, I think, where the track and field, USATF, and a lot of the young kids, young men and women throughout the country. That's where a lot of the times and everything is posted and events. And I just want to, if yours is listed there, I just want to make note of it because I can let some folks in this part of the country know about that as well. Because to you said about the funding, there is definitely a gap in money. Like, say, if you can't get to the big four, there's opportunities for you, like say at the HBCUs, FAMU, Howard, wherever, North Carolina A&T. I think a lot of people be interested in that. This part of the country, up here in Detroit too, where I'm at.
Well, absolutely. Kids from anywhere, we will welcome them. As I said, man, we're trying to do everything we can for all of our children. So, and by the way, I like that Kansas City Monarch.
Come on, come on.
Yes.
It's just bring it.
You know what I mean? Yes, sir.
Coach Hall, I'm trying to represent, baby.
Historian and our representative of the, all things Black excellence. That's what
Yes.
Fitz does. He represents. So my question for you is because Channel 7, I do believe, if I'm not mistaken, is the owner. It's the Anson Complex. Did you reach out to them? Because a lot of the times they always try to, cover things, especially big events that go on at the Anson Complex. Because
Yes.
yeah.
We actually have an interview set up with them on Friday, Channel 7,
Okay.
and we're going to be at Anson during the interview, doing the interview.
Okay. So is Donovan Campbell going to be in the house for that, or?
I think he will be.
Okay.
I think he will be scheduled, but sometimes conflicts come up, but that's the plan for now.
Okay.
I'm glad you mentioned the Anson Complex, because the place where we're having the meet is called Anson Sports Complex. Now,
Right.
Anson Sports Complex is a world-renowned, world-class facility. As a matter of fact, we're having a professional meet there on this coming Saturday, and it's going to feature some Olympians and some people in the World Track and Field Championships. They have a very, 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 very fast track. It's just been redone within the last year. And to further let you know how great Anson is, I don't know if you guys are familiar with Michael Johnson with the track meets that he's doing this year.
I'm familiar with Michael Johnson. Okay.
Yeah. Well, he's having 4 track meets for professionals this year, and
Wow.
the payout's going to be unreal as far as the prize money. He's having 4 around the world: 1 in Jamaica, 1 in New York, 1 in LA, 1 here at Anson. So that tells you how great the facility is and how fast the track is.
Wow.
And it's got to be fast track. If Usain Bolt, I do believe we had like a little ceremony for Usain Bolt, a statue presentation, and his trophy is up there. So
Yep. It does. Outside the facility is a bronze statue of Usain Bolt. And to give you an idea just how fast the track is, Sha'Carri Richardson, before she went on to win the Olympics and a World Championship, she ran her fastest time here at Anson. So,
Wow.
yeah, you can idea just how fast that track is.
Yeah.
So this Saturday is a lead up to the next Saturday.
No, this coming Saturday, as I said, it's a professional meet. It will be televised and live streamed throughout the world. And what we're doing is we're using that as a stepping stone to go into the HBCU relays.
Jenny and Jeff, as a father of a track athlete, listening to Coach, when he says fast track, maybe our listeners and viewers, no, in the track community, this is what I learned.
Right.
They run at certain tracks. My son is running Arcadia. He's running New York, and there's one they built in Boston. I think it's the new Balance. Yeah. When that's a fast track, and in their land, in the land of track people, I'm learning this as a football guy. When you say fast track, their ears perk up, and that's where they try to go, because that's where they can break records and do what they call personal best. Yeah. So when Coach Hall is talking about a fast track, it's not hard to fill it up with interest. Yeah. So I'm gonna tell my son about this.
Absolutely. We'd love to have kids from all over the country, because, as I said, man, we want to do everything we can for every one of our children that we can possibly reach.
Wow. And for those who don't know, the lay people like me and Fitz, what exactly is encompassed in a fast track?
Well, it's a couple of things. One is the physics of it all, how your foot strikes the surface, and the energy that the surface gives off, so that we can go to the next step. So it's partly physics, partly the compound that makes up the track, and it's also a part of what's underneath that compound to make the physics of it all work.
So this event, the HBCU relays, are we talking of the HBCUs from all around? Like, I mean, Fitz may have asked that question earlier, but I mean, we're talking about like the track legends, the best of the best. Are they going to be here?
They've been invited. From FAMU, who they women won the MEAC championship last year in the indoor. North Carolina A&T,
they can fly.
Always have great kids. Yeah. Bethune-Cookman, all of our locals here in Florida, as well as Winston State. We've invited all of Alabama State. So all of the HBCUs around, we've invited them. Prairie View.
Wow. Jenny, we gonna have to be there, man.
I need to challenge y'all to a race. I used to be the 100 meter dash. I used to be the queen. Your girl right here.
What? OG, the Dirty Bird.
And I think I can still beat Jeff, maybe even Fitz.
Were you flying down that track?
Oh my goodness. Wait a minute, asthma and all. I'd have an asthma attack at the end, and it kind of cut my my track efforts short. But yeah, I was pretty good. I was proud of myself.
Jeff, if I may just chime in on what Coach Hall. Coach, can I call you Coach?
Oh, absolutely, please.
Yeah. What I've learned from watching track, it's an individual sport. They it has some type of team concepts when you do the relays, but what I saw, what it did to my son, and this is what Coach is talking about. This is an amazing way to build self-confidence in yourself, what you can achieve. Because what happens, Coach will take you and you could he say, you know what, I see something in you, Fitz. And then they can work with you. But what also you start learning about is the body, the physics. He's talking about physics. You get an education in physics, motion, everything, learning from folks like Coach Hall. And for young people in our community, it is an amazing thing where you get a lesson that you can take life with you, life skills. And what I learned watching my son from track, and I think what coaches can provide with HBCUs, it gives you a format to where you learn how to deal with success and also how to deal with failure. Because a lot of times in track, you're trying to place and you're trying to get there and you find it's difficult. But what coach and what they learn and what I saw with my son, Coach, and I must tip my hat to you because I watched with my son, it's helped him learn how to persevere when the wind is against him. We're all good with the wind at our back, but it's like, what's your character when things aren't going your way? And you learn a lot of that in track and field. And I watched that with my son as he's been running and he's going through his career with track and field. So, Coach, I tip my hat to you and to all of our listeners. Let's get involved with HBCU.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much, Coach Hall. Let everybody know once again where they can go to get tickets. Very affordable. And we need to get out there in full force, South Florida, and support our athletes. Absolutely. Let them know.
Absolutely. You can go to HBCURelaysExperience.com. All the information is there. If you want to email us, it's info@HBCURelaysExperience.com. And if we even have telephone numbers there, my telephone number is there. If you want to reach out to me personally, I will answer the phone and answer any questions you might have.
Wow.
Coach Hall, we appreciate you, man. Thank you.
Man, we appreciate you for
Can
having
I say
us.
one thing, though?
Uh-huh.
For us to have opportunities, it always seems like we have to create our own. So shout out to you and kudos to you and your team for creating these opportunities for our young kids. We need those opportunities, and we thank you for bringing those opportunities to us and for us.
It's our pleasure. That's what we're here, should be here to do, all of us.
Coach, I want to piggyback on Jenny. With your company, I think it's a 501c3, am I correct?
Yes.
Can you give us mention on Jeff's show if we want to donate to you, how we can do that? Or is it on your site if we want to make a gift to your organization?
Yes, sir. It's on the site. And we'd love to, anything that you could do for us. We would really appreciate it.
Okay.
Really would.
501c3, y'all. It's a 501c3.
Yes, it is 501c3. Absolutely tax exempt. So
I did something for Cancer Challenge. You know how what's the guy that always runs the track meet at the NFL? He always does cancer run at the NFL Combine. And I did one. So I said, maybe I'm gonna have to do one for you guys, because I reached out to all my people and I raised like $1,500, that ain't nothing to sneeze at. So I might have to put my track shoes back on and do a run for you guys.
We would appreciate it. We really would.
Coach Hall, thank you so much, man. We appreciate you. Come back anytime, and we will be there, man. April 10th and 11th. We're coming out there, man. I'm sure that it's going to be a festive atmosphere, great food, great people, and HBCU pride, man. I'm looking forward to it.
All right, my brothers and sisters. We appreciate you. Yeah.
Yes. The kids, we'll eat enough for you, and we'll take in all the music and the vibes. We'll do it for you.
My son is coach at UCLA, so reach out. Maybe we can have him talk to your son.
Okay. Yeah, my son's on the West Coast. Coach, I'm going to get your information because he's on the West Coast. He's down in Palo Alto.
Okay.
Right.
Cool.
All right, man. That's Coach Hall, man. Coach Bobby Hall, thank you so much for joining us here on the Jeff Fox Show. We're going to talk some NBA when we come back. Right here.
South Florida, this April 11th, it's the HBCU Relay Experience High School Preview Edition. Calling all South Florida high schools, coaches, and sports fans. Join us this April 11th, starting at 9 a.m. for a fun-filled day of track and field you don't want to miss. Featured competition event includes sprints, hurdles, 4x400 mixed relay, long jump, triple jump, pole vault, shot put, and more. Friday, April 11th at the Ensign Sports Complex, 10801 Miramar Boulevard, Miramar, Florida, starting at 9 a.m. with a high school preview open meet. Register your teams now at hbcurelayexperience.com.
For the best in your auto transport needs, check out Express Auto Recovery in Miami and Fort Lauderdale. Why choose us? We provide nationwide coverage, fast and reliable service, competitive pricing, transport to any freight forwarder or dock of your choice, auction house experience, and we provide excellent customer service. Express Auto Recovery. Call them today, 786-858-0369. That's 786-858-0369. They provide towing services, accident towing, roadside services, tire change, transporting, towing, and they buy junk cars. Cheap prices, licensed and insured, fast and reliable services. Express Auto Recovery. Call them today, 786-858-0369. That's EAR, Express Auto Recovery. Tell them you heard it first on the Jeff Fox Show.
Go, shorty, it's your birthday. Go, shorty, it's your birthday. Go, shorty, it's your birthday. We gon' party like it's your birthday. You'll find me in the club, bottle full of bug. Mama, I got what you need if you need to fill a bug. I'm in the habit of spend time to make it love. So come give me a hug if you're in the getting rough. You can find me in the club, bottle full of bug. Mama, I got what you need if you need to fill a bug. I'm in the habit of spend time to make it love. So come give me a hug if you're in the getting rough. Go, shorty, it's your birthday. We gon' party like it's your birthday. We gon' sip a party like it's your birthday.
And Jokic got the screen into Gobert. Well, they don't blink, and they know this team well, and vice versa. Westbrook, Jokic from 15, fouled, count it, to the line, and Court picks up another for Minnesota. Often, Jokic will now drive on the big man for the Wolves. Jokic with 21. Jokic spinning, shooting, scoring. 25.
And how about
It's back on top and Watson a three.
That man right there. That man right there is the best player in the world.
Yeah.
He's the best player in the world.
No doubt.
I mean, the dude looks like a butcher. He doesn't even look like an NBA player. But he's the best player in the world. What a game last night. What a game. He dropped a 61-piece, all flats on the Minnesota Timberwolves. And they should have won.
They were not ready.
Should have won the game. Damn. I mean, Anthony Edwards after the game said, because Anthony Edwards loves some Anthony Edwards. He's like, outside of me, which I love. He's like, outside of me, that dude's a bad man. He had 61 points, 10 rebounds, 10 assists, including 6 3-pointers, and he played a career-high 53 minutes because they lost a couple of guys. They were missing a couple of guys, rather. And listen, man, they lost 140 to 139 after 2 big Russell Westbrook errors, and that stuff happens in an NBA game. Double overtime. Jenny, I wanted to give you a call back. I knew you were working, but I was like, damn it, man, you got to see this game. Like one of the best games I have ever seen. Really.
That was one of those get your popcorn games.
Yeah, man.
I try to catch some of it while I'm at work.
The Joker, not my favorite player, but he's unstoppable. Like
he just is, yeah.
Messed around and got a triple-double, like a 61-point triple-double with a body like that. I mean,
he's so tall though. The rim is just
Jeff, man, you hating, bro.
Like right here. The rim is right there.
Am I hating?
Yeah, because I think you said he looked like a doorman. Didn't you say he looked like a doorman?
Look like a butcher.
A butcher.
He don't even look like he belongs in the NBA. He looks like, how is he the best player in the world? How? In the world. Better than everybody.
Big. Jeff, we saw last night 2 people who are highly skilled at shooting the ball. One scored 52. Other scored 61. They don't play above the rim, but they are fundamentally sound. You saw Steph Curry.
You
saw Jokic.
We gonna get to him.
But where I'm at, I told you about what's my problem with the basketball. I told you, it's the skill. They keep trying to say these guys are skilled. Mm-hmm. What you're watching are how 2 skilled people who don't have the athleticism of these guys can just make them look silly.
Yeah, it wasn't a whole lot of dunking going on. Did you see the passes, the behind the back passes, the no-look passes from Joker?
Oh, my God. Jenny, how many times have you seen Steph Curry and Jokic do the ball like this? The guys just fly by. Then they shoot it. They do like this. They're so fundamentally sound. They crush these guys.
Steph Curry run without the ball, catch and shoot. Oh, yes. And, you might be thinking, okay, he's too far out of range. I may not need to push up on him just yet, but no, you need to push up on him. Even from back to the other end of the floor, you need to push up on Steph Curry because he's that kind of player.
Jeff Fox, your big boy learned how to play without the ball too in Europe. He did. They learned how to play without the ball in their hands. They know how to set picks and everything, how to get people involved. They got this AAU going over here where everybody's running and gunning. It's not happening, Jeff.
I'm just not used to a guy like him. He has this nonchalant look on his face, like, oh, what am I gonna have for dinner after the game? One of the kids are in bed. Like he just doesn't look like he's all into the game. There's no fired up and punching the air, and like how guys play with intensity. funny thing, like your boy Westbrook. Sorry, Russell, but missed the layup at the end and then committed the foul right at the buzzer. And that's how they went down. But I will admit this, he's the best player in the world.
Mhm.
How would he have fared? Which was a question posed to Shaquille O'Neal during the broadcast last night. Shaq said he would have dominated him.
Oh, he can play.
But Shaq said he would have ate him up. He said he would have been Slovenian chicken.
Oh, Shaq said he would have ate the Joker up.
He would have ate him up. Shaq said that. And there are a lot of people who might agree with that, and there's a lot of people who may disagree.
But did Shaq have like Fitz was talking about, more agility? Because he was always dunking and hanging on the rim.
That's all Shaq did. But Shaq was great. Like, you can't take his greatness away from him. But I ain't never seen no numbers like this, man.
I'm going to take my glasses off of this.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, because we want that. We want that expert.
Hold on, and I'm going to take my hat off for this one.
Because something
Jeff,
else happened.
What else?
Draymond Green said that the old school players, your Michael Jordans of the world, all of them, the old school players are disrespectful to today's NBA players.
There is truth to that.
Is that true?
I mean, two things can be true. They could be right, and then it could be some truth to it, because the game is different today, and the players they used to play all the games. Pretty much, they would play all the games if they were healthy. They would play all the games. Today's players, they're resting. I mean, there may not even be anything wrong with them. They're resting. So you're fresher. You have that energy when it comes to going down the stretch, or, just during the regular season. You have that. So the game is so different. It is really hard to try to compare the eras. It is really hard. But like I said, there can be some truth to both.
If I can piggyback on the question, is old school NBA disrespectful to today's players? They are disrespectful to today's superstar players. And now where I'm going to go with this, Jenny made an excellent point about eras. I think we need to separate eras and say we got to give Kareem his props for his era, Wilt, when Magic was doing theirs. But I will argue with anybody. The top players in any sport, the top 5 or 7, Jeff, the superstars in any sport at that time, they can go across eras. They can transition wherever. Curry can play then. LeBron can play then. But now I don't know if Oakley, I'm not trying to pick on him, but you know what I'm saying? The guys that are third tier, I don't know if they could be superstars in those eras, but Curry, Joker, Luka, Giannis, LeBron, they could play any era. So I argue with those guys. The top players, the top talent. Now again, Jenny, I'm not talking 40 people. I'm talking like 7, 8, 10 of those.
Sure.
They could play.
But I am going to challenge you on this, like the toughness and the way that they played the game back in some of the older eras.
Early 90s, man.
Steph Curry. Granted, they got to catch him first, but Steph Curry would not have been able to handle a Bill Laimbeer, a Dennis Rodman, and all of those guys with the toughness and the way that they played, because they were borderlining on just foul. I mean, you know what I'm saying? They were borderline on foul. Steph, I don't see, like I said, they had to catch him first, but I don't see Steph Curry being able to withstand.
Why don't you think he could take it? Why?
He's thin. He's little. I said they have to catch him. I did give that caveat.
Isaiah Thomas was small,
but he was tough.
He still had.
Steph Curry is tough.
He was part of the
I don't know.
Steph Curry Steph Curry is like that. What was that NFL team? The greatest show on turf. It wasn't like Smash Mouth. Steph Curry is not a Smash Mouth type player.
I'm sensing some haterade flowing
No,
from
Steph
Jones.
Curry
Yeah.
Why it always
is a good guy.
Haterade, you can't do it. When we used to walk 12 miles in my day, and
You
it
know what?
rained real hard. It knock you out. The raindrops will knock
All I'm
you out,
saying
son.
is there was a toughness to the game back in the day that I would, like I said, I would see as a challenge for a Steph Curry. And I did say they kind of got to catch him first. So if they can catch
Oh,
him,
they had to catch Reggie
Jenny.
Miller. Who ran
Jenny.
more than Reggie Miller?
Look,
I don't know.
to both of you. This is to both of you. I love you. I love you like brothers and sisters. A dog is a dog is a dog.
Roof,
They
roof,
can
but
Steph
saying.
can play and because he would adjust to the game. He's a dog. Don't let his baby face fool you and that smile. The man's a killer. Okay?
I think
He's a
Steph can
killer.
play. I agree with you.
Joker might look like he don't care and blah, 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 but dude's a killer.
Oh, I'm not. I didn't
Okay?
say
He
I
can
was.
play in
I was
any
just
era.
saying Steph Curry
You
stature.
can't be who they are and not be tough.
Because the Joker, I mean, he just like a tree trunk, just solid all the way up, and he's tall. So yeah,
A
you would have
dog
been
is a
you would have been trying
dog.
to elbow and punch him, and it would have reverberated back to you.
He would have been
He
fighting
just
back in
got
that
that
time.
body
Steph
type.
Curry would have fought. Look, I hear you. There's opinion. I love it with the opinion, but look, dogs are dogs are dogs. They can play in any era. They would just adjust their game. Because I heard this about Wilt Chamberlain. I said Wilt Chamberlain would be a dog today. Well, he was bigger than everybody back then. He would adjust his game. He probably would have a 3-pointer. He could do all that. The guy was a globetrotter. Wilt Chamberlain was a globetrotter. He can't help it. He can't help it that he was the biggest guy at that time. But I keep hearing these lists, J Fox, and they always seem to leave Wilt Chamberlain off the list. Guy got all the records. Averaged 50 and 30 rebounds in a season. You can't help when you're born. But a guy like Wilt Chamberlain could play today.
Oh,
In a recent interview,
I'm not doubting him.
in a recent interview, LeBron James said if Giannis had played back in the 80s or the 90s, he would score 250 points. Like it's the hate is coming from both sides.
No, that's point. That's point. He's poking back at them. That's
Like,
all.
yeah, like the new school players are like, man, them old cats couldn't play with us. Like the 72-10 Bulls would probably be a 50-win team if they played today.
Nah, the Bulls would be bad. They'd be bad.
Because the game has changed. Like they're always trying to compare areas.
I think LeBron is poking back because, to your point, Draymond said it's been Barkley and them keep hating on them. It's the money. It's the money that they making. They flying around in jets, Jenny. They don't fly commercial. You know, a lot of those guys back in the day, they had to have a second job, Jeff. You just couldn't live a lot of times off your NBA salary. You know, a lot of them selling insurance and doing things after the season. Now these guys have chefs. They have physical therapists.
Yep.
You know, they've got multiple homes. You don't see them in the mall. They don't shop with us. They're not around us anymore like they used to be. They're multimillionaires. You see the contracts? Guaranteed $250 million.
Yep.
And Barkley and those guys, I get it. And what they'll do, Jimmy.
Animosity, you think?
Yeah. Oh, come on. There's some hate. They look at a guy who can make. Let's just take Curry right now. Curry is getting like $55 million a year. Let's take Jimmy buckets. Jimmy making $54 million. Do you know some guys did not make that in a career?
Yeah.
Like Elvin Hayes, guys like that didn't make 54 in a career. And they look at Jimmy buckets. I don't think I feel like playing. I don't feel the love.
Yeah.
They played every game. And they looking at him. I touched Jimmy Butler. That's what these guys are saying.
That's a great point you make, Fitz. Great point about the money.
Yes.
And the fact that these guys sit out every other game.
Ooh.
This is one of the reasons I hate watching NBA basketball. was one of those rare games that everybody was. Well, again, the Nuggets missed. Jamal Murray wasn't there,
Sat out.
and I think Porter wasn't playing either.
Huh.
So there's always a game now where somebody's not playing. But when I look at 90s basketball, especially, and those New York Knicks, with Oakley and Xavier McDaniel and Anthony Mason, and the Pacers with the Davis brothers, and the Detroit Pistons with the Bad Boys, and Michael Jordan had to deal with all of that. Like, I don't think SGA would be as dominant as he is today in that era. Maybe I'm the old guy in the club. I'll be that.
Go ahead,
but
Jenny.
I don't think you're not going to get the freedom. Basketball is like poetry. It goes with the hip hop music, the flow of the game. We admire guys who can fly, like Kobe, like John Morant. Anthony Edwards. We live for that. But in the old days, they would knock your ass out.
Mm-hmm. That was the game then. Mm-hmm.
It would knock your ass out. So you're not going to have the desire to go flying in the air. Mm-mm. If Bill Laimbeer was waiting for you on the other side, or Kurt Rambis or Kevin McHale, so I think it's one of those conversations that fluctuates.
And you can't prove it one way or the other. You can just interject your thoughts. And here's a thought. So if we are saying that the players of today, with all of their nutrition and their chefs and their, what if we gave the players of the 90s era that same? And then let's put them all on the court and see what's what. I mean, you know what I'm saying? So there's always, you can say this, you can say that, but we can't prove our theories. We can only say what we think.
Right. I love this. I love this conversation, because what it does is that we have got to accept and understand evolution. Things evolve.
Oh, of
like
course.
what we have, our kids don't. My boys, they never walked to school. I did. I walked.
I did.
I didn't have a book bag. I used to carry my books. I remember we used to get my mom would buy groceries, and I used to wrap my books in the grocery bags. They didn't, you know what I'm saying? That's how you covered your books back then. And you carried your instrument, and you had your book. They got nice backpacks and everything. It's evolution. The players, we respect Jordan and the fighting, like you said, Jeff, how it was back then. They played football. The game get the 90 points. That was amazing. Now, we just seen 145. Right. That was unheard of back then. Scoring 145 points. The game has changed and evolved, and we must accept the evolution.
Oh, yeah.
So who would win? Who would win in a hypothetical matchup between the 72-10 Bulls, one of the greatest teams in NBA history?
We can't do it.
And you know where I'm going. And let's say the Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, Golden State Warriors.
We can't do it.
Who would win that series? Come on.
They sell out of video games with that, with them against each other. But it's just nice hypotheticals we could talk about. What if Ali went against Tyson?
Yeah. Yeah.
No, we just have to respect the era that it was in, and we got to give them credit for it. But I believe the superstars in any era, the superstars, Jenny and Jeff, I'm not talking about the regular guys like Fitz.
I agree with you, Fitz.
Yeah. They can transition. They're transformational players.
What we saw last night in the NBA was pure greatness from the Joker and greatness from Steph.
Curry weaving through traffic. Jalen Wells is not leaving Curry's body. And Steph behind Draymond hitting a three. And that's 13 years of playing together. Memphis 6 of 9, Warriors 5 of 8. High-level offense. Curry again. Steph's got a three.
He's got that look in his eyes.
No Kuminga, no GP2 tonight. So the Warriors are down some bodies at the wing position. Shot clock at 3, over 80. Curry's got another three.
Get him, whoop that trick. 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 Get him, whoop that.
open a can of whoop ass in the grindhouse. I really thought Memphis was going to win that game.
Michael Williams in the chat says, not really. He said, because nobody was really playing defense.
No, they don't. These young dudes
Which
don't.
is back to my point of the physical nature of the game back in the day versus now that, like I said, they're not really playing defense. They kind of don't really get a chance to play defense because once you're jacking up a three, you're not following somebody. You're not playing them all the way down the court. You're not backing them down all the way down the court. And that physicalness of the game back in the day, it's going to take its toll on your body. It's going to take your toll on your body. So, and if that, like I said, if we took today's nutrition and, the chefs and the personal trainings and gave it to the players of the 90s in those ages, what would we have? What would we have?
Be lazy.
Huh?
They'd be lazier if they had all of that.
They'd probably be sitting out games.
Yeah, for real. Because then they fly like regular flights. Like, they didn't always have private planes,
They
Michael Williams threw out George Gervin, the Iceman. How much would he have scored in today? Like, you're right, Fitz.
See,
he would have dominated today. George Gervin in today's NBA, he's averaging 45.
Very possible. With
Michael
the
Jordan, he's averaging 45.
But it's great. Yeah.
He ain't playing all the games.
Well, he ain't playing all.
Look, I love Dr. J, one of my favorites before Jordan. But I have to catch myself too, and we're doing it right now too. We're doing a lot of the what ifs.
Yeah.
I know. But that's what we were doing.
Yeah, it's not wrong. Nothing wrong to dream.
Is that what we were doing?
Yeah, that's what we're dreaming.
That's what we were doing.
Here's the argument. Here's the argument of players that play in the NBA now. Is that those ninjas back then couldn't shoot. They couldn't shoot like we could shoot.
They could shoot. They just weren't allowed to shoot, but they could shoot.
Well,
see, George, Jeff, Johnny, that disrespect goes both ways now. It's just not the old school going to new, because I taught some of the young guys in the barbershop, and they don't think the guys back there can shoot. I said, look, man, back then there wasn't a 3-point line. It was no advantage shooting a 27-foot shot.
3-point line goes back
2 points.
Yeah, unless you.
So why would you shoot a 30-footer when it was worth 2, when you could take a 5-footer that's worth 2? So there was no need to keep practicing.
You're talking 70s and 60s of the
3-point, even early 80s until they got to
Freddie Brown, Seattle Supersonics, 1979. The Bullets and Elvin Hayes. They had 3-pointers back then.
Yeah, well, they got the 3-point shot. They got it from the ABA, but it was still like a specialist shot. Only one guy on the team used to do it. And Jeff, remember, they only used it when the game was late in the game, trying to catch up. Because the philosophy of the game has changed too, Jenny. That's why I talk about the evolution. The coaching has changed. Everything has changed. Where they used to coach the game. Now, didn't Celtics take 65 3-point shots the other day?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was crazy. 60. I think they were 22 for like 65 threes. No one would think with taking 63 points. That would put what, 10 games, Jeff, to get 63-point shots?
I would be surprised if anybody else other than the Boston Celtics win the championship this year. I would be shocked. Because they have a perfect roster. Like, everybody on that team can shoot.
The 3 teams. I love LeBron, but it looks like Oklahoma City, Boston, or Cleveland going to win it.
Anybody outside of those 3?
They ain't winning it.
Do y'all want to know what Google says about when the 3-point line was introduced?
78, I'm thinking.
79-80. 79-80.
I win.
What you doing, though?
79-80. Yep. 79-80.
79. The finals was
Seattle
Supersonics.
Seattle and Washington, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
Gus Williams, Dennis Johnson, Elvin Hayes, Wes Unseld.
Yeah, that's when
class
Freddie
NBA
shooting from Seattle, right, Fred? Downtown.
downtown Freddie Brown.
Yeah, 78. So if you think about this, up until that time, we're talking. I'm 14 years old in 78. I'm giving we didn't practice a 3-point shot.
There wasn't even a thought to
I mean,
shoot the ball from half court.
there was no advantage to shooting, Jenny. It was Jenny. There was no advantage to shooting a long shot. Everybody used to try to work to get inside because 2 is 2.
Yeah. And the closer you get to the basket, the surer you thought it was.
Yeah.
And a lot of times you learn, Jeff, to shoot outside because the big fellas wouldn't let you inside. So, Jenny, you then had to develop a shot from outside because it was impossible to get inside because Jeff started saying they'd hit you, they'd knock you down. So you started playing from the perimeter more. But the game has evolved. I give everybody credit, but the young guys should not beat up the old guys, though. We could play, but we could shoot too.
Well, how about everybody not beat up each other? How about that?
Guys are competitive. Charles Barkley talks about it all the
You need
time.
to stop, Charles.
And, listen, man, I saw Charles Barkley in
He could
his
play.
prime.
He could play.
It doesn't make sense. Like he was Karl Malone before Karl Malone. Actually, they played around.
They play together. They're peers. They're
Yeah.
peers.
Well, who would
Hey,
you compare
Come
from?
on, man.
Who would you compare from today's game to Chuck? Like primetime Charles Barkley would rip the ball off the rim, dribble it down court behind his.
I'll tell you who would be like him if his butt would get in shape. Zion Williams. There you go. That's my girl. Zion is similar to what Charles Barkley was, but Zion is not healthy and is not as durable as Charles Barkley.
Yeah, and he has an eating habit like Jeff Fox. Like he can't stay away from the buffet table.
If there's somebody don't need to be in New Orleans, it's him.
Yeah.
Say that was his
Come on,
kryptonite.
man.
Or Instagram models. That's another one of his problems.
Jenny, you love food. You say you love food. You got issue with weight. Why would you want to be in New Orleans?
He can't help where he was drafted.
That's what, yeah. That's where he was drafted.
They shut him down for the season.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
He
Yeah.
can't stay off them grilled
He's a
oysters and
You call
rice.
him a bust? Would you call him a bust?
He's not a bust, but boy, he's sure
It goes to it.
he's sure looking at it. He's looking at it real close.
It's the line, and he like
He looking over the line, Jenny.
he's like right close to it. I mean, we
New
were.
Orleans. Mhm.
I got his Funko Pop on my wall, and yes, disappointment is a lot of what we've been getting, what we've got from him.
Jenny, I want
Right.
to piggyback on this, Jeff. A lot of success too for our pros. A lot of times is where you're drafted, you know what environment you're in. Let's say you're a night owl. Miami and LA ain't the spot to be if you like hanging. You probably play better in Oklahoma City, Indianapolis. But if you're somebody like to have the nightlife and you're trying to be a Miami Heat, it's just too much.
Yeah.
LA, too much.
I think you made the point of the show so far, Fitz. You said a dog is a
Is
dog.
a dog.
Is
Is
a
a
dog.
dog.
And Karl Malone would have destroyed the league today.
He's been bad today too.
Charles Barkley would have destroyed.
Bad boy today.
Because he
The
was
top guys.
just like he played
Isaiah.
angry. It just like he played angry all the time.
Isaiah Thomas.
A
Yeah.
dog.
Angry.
A dog.
I saw Isaiah Thomas score, I think, 40 points off of one leg.
Larry Bird, a dog.
One leg.
He be killing it now too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter. You're right. Great players should be able to play in any era.
I'll give you one that you all know well. D Wade is a dog. He could play in any era. Dwayne Wade could play in any era. That's a dog.
I think somebody was comparing Dwayne Wade to James Harden, and Wade sometimes I think he underestimates how great he actually was.
He does. Wade's better than Harden. Wade's
Yeah.
over Harden. Wade is. You look at Wade statistically. He is one of the best two guards. His numbers are almost identical to Kobe. Look at him.
I covered Wade's entire career
Yep.
from his rookie year to the
Been a
final.
dog. He's been a dog.
I cannot tell you how great that dude is, man. Like,
Yeah.
And we saw it right away his rookie year.
Mhm.
Like he hit a game winner in the playoffs. I
Yeah.
think, against
He
the
led
Hornets.
that team.
Yeah.
He's got 3 chips.
Some
Harden's
guys
got
just built different, man.
yeah.
They just
Dwayne's a
built
dog.
To tell you that he feels like he's better than LeBron.
Who?
Dwayne Wade.
No, he doesn't.
I think he put himself there. He's compared himself there. I think I've heard him say it.
They came out together in the draft. They were drafted together in that 2003 class. They looked at each other definitely as peers, but I believe Dwayne made the proper call where he deferred a little bit to LeBron when LeBron was there because LeBron was a little better than he was. But again,
That's what he
I'm
said,
with
though.
Jeff. Dwayne Wade ain't no bum. Okay, he ain't no bum. Just
Yeah,
because you're
he's not
deferring a
calling
little bit to LeBron, you ain't no
We're
bum.
definitely not calling him a bum. Like
No.
you can't even use bum and Dwayne Wade in the same sentence and
I know.
be, you
Yeah.
can't. You can't.
I get in arguments on this. I thought Steph Curry deferred a little bit to Kevin Durant. And at that time,
Of course he
He
did.
was supposed to.
Durant was better
Yes.
than Curry.
Yes.
People won't believe Durant was easily second best player in the league.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And that's why Stephen A called it the weakest move that he had ever seen. When Durant left OKC, who was beating the Warriors, they were up like 3-1.
Mm-hmm.
And then they choked away 2 games, and then Durant choked in game 7. And because Golden State knew they couldn't beat LeBron by themselves, they went and got him.
That move really changed the dynamics of the league and history and made the Warriors where they are. Because let's just say that weak move, he goes to Cleveland.
Yeah.
Are we even talking about Steph Curry like we talking about him now? Durant goes to Cleveland and he's playing with LeBron and Kyrie.
Come on, man. Come on.
It's over, isn't it?
Hey, we're going to take another quick break, man. We're going to come right back. We're going to talk about the Yankees, New York Yankees, making some big moves. And the Dodgers have not lost yet. And a certain baseball team from down here is 4-2. How? We'll discuss that and more coming up on the other side. Stick around. Jenny Jones?
What, Jeff? What?
I made it big. I'm rich.
Oh, Rich.
I'm rich.
Okay.
I'm rich. So last night, I bet on the WNBA playoffs at the Hard Rock Bets. I bet $10.
Okay.
And I won not 50, not 100,
How much?
not 150. I won $230.
Yay!
Yes.
Yes. And as the co-host, I'm sure I'm the beneficiary of at least 30 of that, right? What?
We're gonna have to talk about it.
Oh, we're having technical difficulty.
They tie it up with only seconds left. Quick inbound across half court. This is to win. It's up. It's
John?
Would the senator yield for a question?
Chuck Schumer, it's the only time in my life I can tell you no.
I just want to tell you a question. Do you know you have just broken the record? Do you know how proud this caucus is of you? Do you know how proud America is of you?
There he is. Democrats looking for a new, younger. This dude was standing up talking for 24 straight hours. God damn.
Was it that was like 25, right? In 5 minutes? Some kind of record.
Yeah. Cory Booker, a bad boy though. He was a big time football player back in the day.
He had
Cory,
to have some kind of stamina.
Cory
Like,
can ball. Yeah.
I mean, I've dated a few people who I think it's talk for 24 straight hours. No pun intended. No. You know, though, yeah, they go quiet and you just see the mouths moving. Yeah, them. But
Are
what
you
a great, what
are
a
you
great.
are you the talking half of that scenario, or
Nah, I don't talk too much. I don't talk too much. But what a great moment last night. What a great moment. Seeing Senator Booker, right? Yeah.
Senator Booker, New Jersey.
Like he stood up, man. And I mean, if that doesn't inspire the Democrats to really get off their asses and get
do
together,
something?
do something. Just do
Do
something. Just
something.
show some kind of backbone. Because I don't recognize the Democratic Party or the Republicans today, not to the ones that I grew up with. Like,
Yeah.
you know, even in the old days, man, people respected Reagan. They may not have loved him, but they respected him. And they respected the other side too. Like, what we're seeing right now is pure bullshit, bro. It's like a comedy show, a daily comedy show of errors. You know, so hopefully they get their shit together because I just see a bunch of stupidity. Seriously.
What are you, fucking stupid?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they are.
This a kid show?
They are.
Are we PG-13?
We might be
Have you
getting.
seen the pictures that he likes to post?
Yeah, but yeah.
Oh, I have a guest, by the way, a new female rapper who is
Mhm.
highly educated, goes to a university up there on the East Coast, and she sent me her demo tape. And let's say she makes Glorilla and Cardi B in them
Oh my
and
goodness.
Sexy Red. She makes them sound like schoolgirls
Mm-hmm.
because she on some nasty shit. Like,
Oh wow.
and I'm like, how can I get her on the show
Can't get on.
without offending Jenny?
Can't get on.
Like,
Does she have a radio version?
Mm-mm.
She ain't got a radio version, then.
She got abs. Like, her name is Hayden Hayes.
Is there such a thing as
Hayes
radio?
spelled with Hayz. She's a special though.
Jenny, is there anything
What a-
called podcast MA? You might be able to get on podcast mature.
So, Fitz, you're the baseball guy. I wanted to ask you about the New York Yankees.
Can I one thing before I talk to Yankees?
Mm-hmm.
Somebody gave us my nephew gave me the movie to put in our Hall of Fame that we talked about, scared you to death. Alien.
Alien? Hell
Yes. Alien.
Scary?
First Alien.
No.
Don't you remember what that was? Scary, Joe. That
I
she was
don't
in
know.
space,
I don't
Sigourney
know.
Weaver, Alien. That was hard to watch in the dark. But okay. Okay. But let's segue. The
Well, you
Yankees. Alien.
don't
I
remember
like
the movie. I don't remember it.
Come on, Magic City. Somebody.
Yeah.
Alien.
Crickets.
Rodney.
Yeah.
No. Yeah.
Baseball. I was riding yesterday in Ann Arbor, and I'm gonna go to the Yankees. They're the first team that has really embraced this torpedo bat.
Yes, sir. What
People
the hell
are
is a
mad-
torpedo bat?
Here's what's happening. Baseball for 100 years, the bat the game has evolved like we were talking about. Which like well, one of the things that hasn't really evolved that much is the bat. It has to be a certain length, weight, specs. This guy's been working on it for the last couple of years, and he's changed not where the weight is in the bat. And they call it the torpedo bat. It meets the specs. The Yankees, first team, really to start using this bat. And I think it has to deal with the weight distribution.
Yeah.
and they are knocking the ball out like it's slow pitch softball.
The Yankees set a Major League Baseball record with their 17th home run through 4 games. I think they've got 18 now.
Yeah, they have scored so many runs right now. It's
You know,
crazy.
on opening day, they hit 3 straight home runs.
Three straight and three pitches.
pitches.
3 pitches. They said
I've
in the
never seen
document they
that.
had never done that. 3 pitches.
I've never seen that ever. Have you?
No, I've seen
3
back to back. I've
series?
seen back to back to back
Yeah.
during an inning, and I've seen teams bat around. But Jenny, 3 straight pitches, 3 straight home runs.
I
Wow.
guess somebody had to go take a little seat in the dugout, right?
I'm loving baseball right now. Like I can gradually come back to being a daily baseball watcher because I waited until the playoffs most years because they took all the black guys out of the game. Like I like seeing, my brothers, Kenny Lofton and the fellas in the game. They kind of took the African American player out of the game.
Did they take them out, or have the African American player decided that there's more money, quicker money in the NFL and the NBA?
Well, it's definitely not in the NFL.
Major League Baseball definitely has the bigger contracts and with the most guaranteed because they get like their whole thing's guaranteed. But I think
Nobody gets paid.
we look at the flash of the NFL and the flash of the NBA.
Grew up playing all the sports, Jenny. You make an excellent point. I will tell you, as a father of a little league player that did travel baseball, the cost today for baseball and hockey is astronomical compared to when I was doing it. Jeff, you and I, we could get a bat, 1 glove. Jenny, we could play a 4-on-4 baseball game, and we would throw each other the glove. We go out there with 4 gloves and 1 bat. A baseball bat for a little league, $499.
Dang.
Pricing us out.
Yeah, a bat, and these bats have so many hits. The game is they kind of priced and economically. It's an economic thing too, Jenny, and it's not the national sport like it is in the Dominican. Like baseball's the game over there in certain parts of Latin America. Baseball is the number 1 game as well as soccer.
Country, it's a way out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's a way out, just like how basketball and football is just our way out of the hood. That's their way out of their country.
That would be an interesting conversation.
Yes, it would, because I'm wearing this jersey, and Jenny, what you're hitting on, we could talk another topic. We could do a show on this. What has happened to baseball?
I think we'll bring in Professor G, our good friend from the DMV. He was from MLBBro.com. Check it out if you want to know about African Americans in the game of baseball. But the World Series champion Dodgers, they
crushing it too.
7-0 last night. They tied the Major League record for the best start to a season by a defending World Series champion. Dodgers are flying out the gates. And right now, it looks like, it
looks like a collision course, Jeff. Doesn't it look?
But wouldn't we love it? Wouldn't we love it?
We said it. We said it a few weeks ago.
A different outcome, though.
I
need the Yankees.
What is it? April? I ain't doing this. I'm not.
No, we don't have to do it now. But Jeff, I think we're seeing a precursor though. When you jump out, the history shows when you have a really fast start as a baseball team, most of them they don't die out. They keep rolling.
The world is just right when the Yankees are great and the Dodgers are great.
Listen to this guy.
It's just right. It's just the world is perfect.
The world's right.
Yeah, when the Cowboys are good, when Notre Dame is good, when Duke is good.
Don't tell those Red Sox fans about the Yankees. They ain't feeling it. The Red Sox fans ain't feeling the Yankees.
Yeah, they broke the curse though, so they good. They good.
Okay.
But yeah, it just seems right. What do you make of the Marlins fast start? Like 4-2 is a fast start for the
It
Marlins.
it
Just
being
ex-
there below sea level, it's tough in Miami. You think about hitting down here, the weather, the humidity. The ball just don't carry down there. I'm surprised they don't play more inside, like the Tampa Bay. What's that? Tampa Bay Rays. They try to
Mhm.
play inside. You would think the Marlins should be playing inside.
I don't
oh,
know
you
anybody
want
on.
them to close the roof?
Yeah,
Is that what?
close it. Yeah, close it like Tampa. But this is good for Miami. Miami should be a baseball city. They should be able to rival what's going on in LA. I mean, baseball's big in South Florida. There's a lot of great
For the
baseball
other
players down
team.
there.
For the other team.
For the
Nobody.
other team, and
Well,
maybe on the lower levels, like the collegiate level,
It,
some of
it,
the
it,
lower, high school and those kind of levels.
it should be bigger in South
it
Florida.
should be.
You look at all the major league teams that have training camps all throughout Florida, and then um, baseball's there's a lot of really good baseball players in Florida. A lot of good. You can play year round. It lends itself to being really good. You got IMG too, right? Mount Verde. They have like baseball programs. Baseball should be bigger. The Marlins should be again. They got two chips. Jeff said he don't know how they got them, but they got two chips.
In spring
They
training,
got to do.
they got spring training in Florida. So
Yeah,
yeah, it should be,
yeah.
but it's not.
But
But
Um,
like
they
they
should,
like in the
Mar-
movie Field of Dreams, if you
yeah.
build it, they will come. So meaning Marlins, we need you to start winning.
But Marlins
They
need to
gonna come.
start acting like a mate. They need to act like a big market too, Jeff. They need to have a dude or
well, they
two.
had one and they got rid of him. They
Exactly.
chased him. They
That's
chased
what
him
they
out of
do. They
this
act
was
like a
last year.
small market team, but you need a dude. The Yankees have two of them. The Dodgers got two of them. You got Mookie Betts and you got Shohei, who is just a transformational player. You got Aaron Judge, a 6'8" center fielder. Jenny, guy's
And
6'8",
built like the
270,
Terminator.
and
Like
and then they got dudes.
Steroid Stanton.
Stop it! Stop it! Stop
I
it!
mean, yeah, Stanton got muscles busting out everywhere, like real.
Jeff, stop, man. You
It's
isn't
just hard
sure.
for me to become a Marlins fan. I don't think I'll be a Marlins fan again. That's it for me.
You don't think you will, or you will?
I mean, I don't mind seeing them win because they're
I like
winning.
going to the park. I don't like watching the game on TV because it goes too slow for me.
Yeah.
If
There,
I can get up and I can run to the store and come back and y'all still in the same inning, or I'm like, I
Jenny,
need
Well,
you
action.
just hit it.
The
Mhm.
Marlins experience at their park is fantastic.
It's
Encourage
amazing.
anybody, but it's a great park, beautiful park. Lone Depot is where you would want to be on a summer afternoon.
And
They wrap up their set against the Mets today. They beat the Mets, I think, last night.
Mm-hmm.
I know. I'm surprised. I always expect them to lose each
To the
and
Mets.
every time.
Yeah, the
I
Mets
expect
got
them
this.
to lose.
They got the $700 million man on the Mets,
Yep.
Soto.
In NFL news, there was a vote as the league is having their off-season meetings and stuff, and the tush push was discussed, and they didn't come to a decision about this. They're going to push it back to May, where they come back to the table again. Do you guys think they need to ban the tush push?
Go ahead, Jenny.
Well, my thoughts on it because I've said before the tush push is it's just got like a new name to it because we've been doing it whenever there's a fourth down play. We've been doing it.
Not
We've
from
been,
behind. No
huh?
pun intended. Not from behind,
I mean, well, when the players are, we're trying to get that extra yard, we're trying to get that first down. We're pushing. So I'm like, it's a part of the game.
No, she didn't.
I'm not even with you
Jenny
today.
Fox, he's
I'm not.
his mind right now. Where is he, Jenny? He's just in the gutter right
Can
now.
can we drop his can we drop his panel?
Woo, Fox is in the gutter
Yeah,
today, boy.
right.
And he's dragging me with him. He's just
The people that don't want to do it with the
Hey,
people that are
Jenny,
not
I feel like Michael Corleone. Every time I try to, they keep pulling me back in.
It's
Jeff.
Fitz fault. He had that face and he made me laugh. That's what it was. That's what it was. I apologize, Jenny.
No, you don't.
Yes.
Yeah, he don't.
Oh no, but I mean,
Oh, the tush push ain't going nowhere. Just get better personnel and do it.
that's all.
Leave it alone.
Exactly. When you
Just
can
hate
do it, then you won't be against it.
Yeah, if
I
they
think
hadn't
it's a
won the
punk
Super Bowl,
move.
they hadn't won the Super Bowl, they wouldn't be talking about this.
I think it's a punk move by Green Bay to bring it up. Hey, that's not fair. Stop them.
That's your job is to stop them. You don't like it, stop it.
The
Because-
Eagles and the Bills do it better than anybody.
Yep.
Everybody else thinks it's not fair. That's bullshit. Like for real.
Yep.
Now stop them. You don't like it? Stop them.
Stop it. Do it yourself.
And then they say that it's dangerous for the players. Well, who have we lost?
Football is
Who have we
dangerous
lost?
for players. So don't try to hang your hat on that because that's weak.
That's whack as hell, man.
Football is dangerous.
Can I add something to football in the South Florida for our fans here?
Mm-hmm.
Tyreek Hill. I was pulling up something on Tyreek, mad about he's speaking out against the Dolphins. You both know what this is about, right? Why Tyreek is mad, talking about he may want a different team.
Man, that's that April Fool's stuff. Is it?
Is it?
Yeah.
Because I was
Yeah. Here's what happened. Jamar Chase got the new deal. His running partner got the new deal. The guy in Dallas got the new deal. And Tyreek believes he's a top 3 receiver. But right now he's about 10th or 11th getting paid.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
They're gonna have to do something for Tyreek Hill.
Too far.
Hell no. I wouldn't give him a damn penny.
He gonna be mad all year.
This dude drops more passes in big playoff games.
Don't tell him that.
Big games.
Don't tell the cheater that. He looking at what you getting paid, what Jenny getting paid, I'm getting paid. He say, them busters.
You see, there's lint in my pockets.
Tyreek mad.
I used to think Tyreek Hill was the most dangerous receiver in the NFL.
Yes.
I think he
is.
I think he still is.
I think he's Jamar Chase.
Nah, Tyreek.
Jamar Chase, man.
When Tyreek is focused and Chase is talented. Tyreek Hill looks like the road runner. Whoop, whoop.
If I were the Dolphins, I'd trade his ass.
Jeff mad at everybody.
I trade him. I trade him, build that offensive line, give me a couple of pieces, ship him out. He's having too many kids anyway. I think he had 6 kids last year. 6.
Where do you go?
What? I didn't know that.
Where the kids get playing football?
It ain't got nothing to do with it, but you know.
Well, that might be the money. Jenny, that might hit the what Jeff added there. Then I'm seeing other players making more money. Hey,
dude got a lot of kids, man.
Hey,
he
got mouths to feed.
Like how do you have 3 or 4 kids born at the same time?
No comment.
You got to respect yourself, man. Speaking of which, something I want to talk about before we get out of here, and then Jenny, I'm going to let you bring up one of your favorite actors. Anthony Edwards of the Minnesota Timberwolves had a baby with a Instagram model. Like, I don't know how these guys can't just say no. Like, or you get these girls pregnant that you have no intention of spending the rest of your life with. So he gave this model $100,000 to go have an abortion, which costs about $6,000, maybe less, right? She keeps the money, and then she goes straight to child support. Now, allegedly, as the story goes, Anthony Edwards said, "Look, here goes $1 million plus. Keep it. That's child support in advance for the baby being born. He wants nothing to do with it. Does not want to be a father. When technically he is the baby's father, but he don't want to deal with that right now in his life. So he paid her off in advance." Your thoughts on something like that?
Wrap it up. Wrap it up. I mean, for real. And you can say, okay, yeah, here's $1 million and I want nothing to do with the baby. But the courts are going to say something different. I believe
he paid child support in advance.
But $1 million over the lifespan of the kid, the court will say something different.
Jenny.
Huh?
It's only up to 18. You're only responsible for the well-being of that child until they turn 18. And he paid.
Well, I know, I get that part. I know that part, but I'm saying in the eyes of the court, your baby daddy is rich and living this type of lifestyle. The court says you should be able to afford XYZ amount of money a month. And I would wager to say that it would definitely far exceed $1 million. Yes, you got the bag up front, but ain't nothing like that steady money, and steady money for 18 years. Because I do believe the court would say, I'm not a legal scholar, but just from things that I've seen, that he would end up paying a lot more than that. And that's like I said, if she takes it to court, which she can, because here's the baby daddy. He meant to be in the baby daddy. I'm sure they tested it, or if they haven't, they can and prove he's the baby daddy. The court looks at your lifestyle and says, this is what you need to pay.
Jeff, Jenny, if I may pick Trump, people are attracted to people for whatever reasons they are.
Exactly.
And things happen. Now, in this particular case here, she's doing business and she's looking out for her child. Because here's the rub of it. Anthony Edwards is one of the top 10 players in the NBA. He's a very young person. He's about 24 years old, 25. He's probably going to get somewhere about $400 million guaranteed in his next contract. And he's probably going to get another contract after that. So let's just let the three of us agree Anthony Edwards is going to probably make somewhere about $500 million, $600 million through his career.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she is looking, what if something happens to me? He's acknowledged this is his child. That child getting 50 million out of this 500 million he may make, is that really overboard? Is that asking too much?
That's what I'm saying.
It's business. She's doing business.
The court is going to look. That's how the court.
And I think she's doing the right thing from a business standpoint. Again, I'm just business. This guy is going to be close to a billionaire off the field right there. And so, hey, why? Unlike you, Jenny, why shouldn't that child have 50 million, 60 million?
Gave her $1 million. I don't think the child is born yet.
I get it.
He just doesn't want to deal with it.
Well, but if he didn't want to deal with it, though,
he just wanted. He should have wrapped it up. But
but that child.
And again,
you can't
has to be here.
She's doing business. She's doing business.
And both of those models that's kind of their MO is date the celebrity superstar with the big bag and pump out a kid, and you ain't got to work no more. You don't have to work in life.
But Jay Fox, listen to the problem he got.
So wrong.
He can break up, but he can give a 30, 40 million and keep on. He can do it. God, hey, blessings to him. He can give a 40 million, Jenny. He can do it.
We're not saying that is right.
No,
but you can't just say, okay, I'm gonna buy off my responsibility with $1 million. when you over here worth hundreds of millions of dollars?
Hundreds of millions.
I mean, because like I said, the court is going to say that. I'm just telling you what probably the court is going to say if and when she takes him to court, because the court case that you can't just say, I don't want to have nothing to do with this child. You don't have to have nothing to do with this
No.
child. You just pay your money and you
It
can
should,
go and still
yeah.
go on about your business, but I'm finna tap those pockets.
Jeff,
Court is gonna say.
I just think it's
Jenny,
yeah.
if he's smart, he gets him a lawyer. They don't even bring this to court. They can work out a settlement. I'm
Yeah,
thinking
they can do
somewhere
that.
eight figures, 20, 25 million. Set it up in a trust that will take care of that child. Generational money.
Yeah.
Generational.
Now, if he does
$25 million invested. Oh
something
my
like
goodness.
that, yeah. If he
Cool.
does that, he does it that way.
Yeah,
But if you're just trying to say, I'm just going to pay you
just
$1
do it.
million and you can like it or leave it because I don't want anything to do with the child and I told you to get an abortion,
Right.
you know,
Forget that.
you
But
still,
Jay,
it's
yeah,
still your seed. You
right.
planted your seed over here. So it's consequences.
And
It's
Jay
consequences
Fox,
of your
right.
actions, Jeff.
And
So you may not agree with it, but it's
I know.
consequences.
And Jay Fox, he can fund it with commercials. He can do
Yeah.
commercials and fund that child.
It's just that these
So
women
hey, yeah,
go to games specifically, and it starts in college. Like they plot on these dudes.
hey,
Like the kid in Houston, I think he's Jalen Green.
mhm.
I think he's 24. His baby mama, who also had another kid for another celebrity, is about 30 plus, closer to 40 than 30. But she looked good though. I mean, she do look good.
Jay.
But still, he's a baby. Like, but
Well,
she went and got pregnant for him just so she can get paid.
well,
Okay.
Should be
but
something wrong
if
with
you know that these are the type of women that you are courting or whatever it is you decide you want to have a one night stand and all of this. So the way you look at it, you don't want nobody to have no responsibility, the man to have no responsibility, and he needs to have some responsibility. He can still pay her and not have anything to do with the kid. But like I said, you decided you want to go pokey pokey, and now you got a kid, and you just gonna have to man up with your pockets, whether you want to have something to do with the kid or not. This is, it's so much bigger than, it's a human life that you decided to lay down, and maybe you accidentally
Everybody's
made
there
it,
with
but you decided to lay down, whether she trapped him or not. You were over there and the baby is here. The baby did not ask to be here. And you see these models on their Instagram pages, they're telling you who they are. They're telling you who they are, but you get so caught up with this and this that you can't see straight. And you do what you do.
It's hard for us, man.
Consequences.
It's hard for men. It's
I
hard
could,
for us to say no when you sitting on the bench and you be like, damn. Like, you know what I mean?
well, that's on you too.
Jenny, let me flip this. Jeff Fox. Your Honor, Taylor Swift jumped me. I didn't know.
What are
Now
you
here I
doing?
am.
Rodney says she's 40. So in terms of Jalen Green's baby mama, she's 40.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey man,
He's
this been going
24.
on. This
That's
has been going
wrong,
on
Jenny.
forever.
That's wrong.
I know, I agree with that, but he went for it. He
Hey,
went for it, and supposedly aren't they kind of like together now
yeah,
and taking care of the baby and all of
yeah,
that? So
yeah. Let them
She's,
yeah.
why do you think Jalen Daniels' mom be sitting between
that's
him
exactly
and
why.
anybody else?
Exactly why. She said, "You're not finna trap my son.
No.
He's on a mission, school,
Yep.
his career, and you're not gonna sidetrack him."
I know
But
he's a young man.
maybe some of the
Whatever.
ones didn't have that.
Whatever.
We're gonna
Whatever.
get him about 5 or 6 holes and rotate him. That's
Whatever.
what we do.
So
Rotate.
Jenny,
what?
it's so Jenny, Jenny, I'm not standing up for Jeff, but the information out there, we can find out exactly what's your favorite meal.
But then I said that. I said that. I said
Yeah.
you're on their Instagram
Yeah.
pages. They are
Mhm.
telling you who they are,
Mhm.
and
Everything.
what they want, what they're about. They're telling you. So you're not walking blindly in. You are not walking blindly in.
Jeff Fox, I love love. Love is love.
And
And that
here's
ain't love though. That's
here's
love.
another thing. So you look at if you look at a lot of, I'm trying to be PC, but it may not come out right, but I'm trying. Um, some of my white friends, like growing up, the fathers and well, the parents, let me say the parents would tell their kids, yeah, you're going to college and you're going to get this man with, you're looking at what he's majoring in or whether he plays sports, but your sole mission is to go to school and meet the man that is going to provide you with the certain kind of lifestyle.
We
And
see it
that's the whole
every
mission.
NFL draft.
Get the degree and don't use it. And then start pumping out babies. And there you are. It's so
It's wrong.
I'm
Oh,
not saying I agree with it. I'm
that
just
is
saying this is what happens, and especially with Instagram models, they're showing you. So if you decide to open up that door and walk on in, like that's on you.
Jenny, that runs across multiple cultures. Just not that there's
Well,
lots of cultures that may be thinking like, my job is this, your job is that. And it still goes on. There's arranged marriages today.
it goes across
Yeah.
culture. Yes, it
Cross
does. But
cultures. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
talked to, like I said, I had a friend when I was moving here, like when you go to a certain bar, and if the man buys you a certain type of drink, you know that he has some money and he might be a good pick for you. This is what he was telling me. I'm grown at this point, but this is what he was telling me. And this is what they're teaching the young girls
Mm-hmm.
to grow
Jenny,
up, to go to college, get you a man with some money, and then you ain't never got to work
Jeff,
again.
Jenny.
There's no
Oh,
real love in the world anymore. I mean,
look,
outside of
hey,
music.
man.
I mean,
What?
you're a prime example of great.
No.
Who's a prime example?
We're
Oh,
not
stop it.
gonna mess your family home up. We're not
No,
gonna-
no, man. But I got something for this. Jeff, do you
All
know
right.
I wish I could choose for my daughter? Because as we have evolved as people through our ages, we know what's best. And I bet you we could probably arrange better relationships than them picking. Because Jenny, we know, oh man, not that. Jeff,
Yeah.
come on. We know a bum. Your daughter be dating a bum, but you can't say anything. But Daddy, he was a bum from the day one. But yeah, man. But this is life. I love it. We just gotta deal with it, and this is what it comes with. And then hopefully Anthony Edwards learns from
I will
this.
tell you this.
Mhm.
I've been close to the Miami Heat, as I mentioned. I've
Mhm.
been at Heat games. I've sat in the stands. There's one chick I met from Cleveland, Ohio, man. Damn, I never forgot her. Like I had intentions, bro, for real. But we kind of lost
Yeah.
contact,
Mhm.
But I had intentions. Like she was that bad. And she flew down here just to come to a Miami Heat game.
Wow.
LeBron was here. Now she wasn't after LeBron. She was just after,
Well, yeah.
and I was suited and booted that night. So I was the target and I knew it. But I felt
Oh my.
yeah, I'm just being honest, bro.
Woo!
Jay Fox.
I can let you in. I'm not gonna snitch. I'm not gonna be that guy.
No, don't be that guy.
But I know that there are groups of women that stake out hotels
Of
where
course.
these athletes go.
Of course they do.
This
Every
happens.
sport.
This
Hockey,
is a job. This is a
baseball,
job for
soccer,
them.
car racing,
That
auto
should be
racing.
illegal.
Every sport.
It's a job for them.
Every sport.
Yeah.
You ain't saying
And
nothing.
the sad part, I do feel sorry for some of the guys because
Why?
they're looking at your pocket and you don't know about whether they
Who's
really
the
love
kid?
you or not.
Who's the kid? Travis Hunter. Like, is he gonna wife up that chick he's with? Like, or does she just want the bag?
But what she was with him
He really
before he
loves
started getting the bag, right? I think she was with him, weren't they?
For a while.
And I don't remember if they high school sweethearts or something. But she was with him before he started getting the bag.
Well, I mean, look at Travis Hunter looks like Skeletor from the cartoon. He does, right? And God bless him. He's got exceptional football skills. But he does look like Skeletor, man. He's like,
damn.
But there are some women that they look a certain way. They may look they're classy, but they are kind of, I hate, for lack of a better word, they have some of that hood in them. They like the bad guys. Because look at Beyonce and Jay-Z. I'm sorry.
I love it when a brother that's not exactly handsome gets a pretty girlfriend. Like, I think that's cool.
But then y'all still don't know how to act. When y'all get that, then y'all start thinking about the next level up. That's why y'all be cheating, because y'all always think you give an ugly guy a chance, and then he looking at.
No, you didn't.
I think we better get
what have we devolved into?
Yeah,
give an ugly dude a
sexist
chance.
right now. You're being
no, I'm just telling you from experience, life experience, and what
why
you
do
think.
guys always have to be wrong when it comes to these kind of things?
I didn't say I was always wrong. I'm just saying I'm not going to sit there and be Anthony Edwards' cheerleader when he sit there, he done the child is here, and you just can't poof magically because I'll give you $1 million and make it all go away. 18 years is what I'm saying, and the court looks at 18 years. You make this amount of money, your child should be able to live that same lifestyle.
That's why he gave her like $1
million. It's not going to give that child the lifestyle that he has. I'm just telling you.
$1 million won't do it.
That's what the court says. That's what the court says.
Damn,
That's
Jeff,
what
you
the
cheap.
court says. I could live fine off of $1 million. I'm just saying what the court is going to say. They're looking at, you make this amount of money, and you don't want to break the girl off.
Yeah, I mean, logic dictates that, but I will put the money in a trust fund, like you said, Fitz. And when that young lady gets old enough, but as far as being able to raise them and give them all the basic needs in life, about $5,000 a week for 18 years.
That ain't nothing.
But I'm just saying that's what the court says. I'm not saying that
cheaper than a mug.
They should do this. That they should do this, and they should get X amount of money. That they don't, that they can't spend all of it. I'm just saying what the court is going to say, and what has been the pattern. I know when what's the one Diddy's
oh Lord, Diddy.
Kim
the now deceased Kim Porter.
Kim Porter was always taking Diddy to court to get that money, because he's over here spending millions of dollars on a party to have a good time, to drink, and now the infamous baby oil parties, and I can't get child support. That's what I'm saying. So that's what I'm saying. That's what the court looks at. You're over here living this lifestyle, but you want to, your kid needs to live way down here. It's not going to happen. If she takes him to court, she's going to get more than $1 million. Now, if it goes the route that Fitz said, which would be smart, let's hash it out on our own. Get a lawyer. Let's hash it out, and I agree to pay you XYZ. And then you don't come back trying to tap my pockets.
Well,
Jeff, what the future makes.
Jenny, Jeff coming to court with a Salvation Army outfit on.
I mean,
shoes with holes in them, Your Honor. I can't.
Just to let you guys in on, I was a single father. I mean, I still am a single father. I raised my kids. I raised my kids on my own.
Yeah.
Without their mom. So
And they're
I
beautiful.
know what it feels like to be on the other side.
Mhm.
Like I was always the only dude at the dentist and the only guy at the PTAs. I mean, there were some other fathers that came, but more women. It was always more women. They're like, "Oh, funny to see you here," like, you know. And I still receive child support. My kids are all grown now. I still receive because she don't. And I'm like, you know what? You're gonna pay me.
Yeah.
You're gonna pay me. And I don't care who has a problem with it, because if it was the other way around, I would have been paying her. And I've seen grown men break down crying at the child support office.
Oh yeah, I
Now,
mean, some of you go to jail for not paying your child support. So, like I said, that would be like a little dent in his pocket to just negotiate with her, because if he negotiates with her, he'll probably do better than if she takes him to court, because
Yeah.
the court is going to look at what he made.
I agree with
Jenny,
that.
here's a rub, y'all. Making 50,000 and paying child support ain't the same as making 50 million and paying child
Okay,
support.
for real.
A Big Mac is $4 to each party. But when you're making 50,000 and you're paying child support, you might have to move back in with mama.
Yeah, it is different. And like I
50
said,
million,
their
50
world,
million,
their
I
world
gotta
is
get
different.
rid of a Bentley. I can't have 5 Bentleys. It's different.
We can't
It's
wrap
different.
our mind around their lifestyle, because
It's different.
we don't have it.
No,
But I'm
it's
just
different.
saying, the court realistically looks at the pocket. If the woman
Yeah.
takes the man to court,
Right. Anthony Edwards don't get
he's looking at what you make, because shoes. Kelly Clarkson had to pay.
Yeah.
She had to pay her baby daddy.
Right.
When they got divorced. So they're looking at what you're making. You got
regardless whether it's Brady, I'm with you, Jenny, whether it's Brady, whatever athlete, Favre, whatever, gotta pay, it's different. They're on a whole nother level. We started a conversation earlier about the athletes today. They make such money that the guys didn't make back in the day. The guys back in the day, they had to work a second job. These guys make so much money, Anthony Edwards and stuff. We can't even fathom it.
We can't.
Can't
The
fathom it.
lifestyle of the celebrity athlete is,
Oh my
these
Lord.
women, they get what they call flued out. Like there's a hip hop song called "Flued Out." I think it was by the City Girls or one of them. Every rap song today is about sex, about this hot girl culture. And I've been in the arena and I've seen them. I've seen the way they come dressed to these games.
Yeah.
As a man who loves women, it's hard for these guys. It's hard.
It's control.
It's hard for them, especially when you're
It's
young.
control. And y'all don't even care if it's real or not. Y'all just all in.
Jenny.
Store about.
Yeah.
Y'all don't care.
Why do you think when you watch the NFL draft, you see a young first round pick, and he's usually got a snow bunny right next to him?
Yeah.
You will see that when the draft comes. You will see that.
Listen to this. Just let your mind wrap around this. You play for the NBA, you have a $41 million a year contract. They're usually going to pay you over 10 months, twice a month. So that's $4 million a month, right, Jenny? Right, Jeff? They're going to pay you over 10. So you get paid twice a month. That's $2 million a check. There's a direct deposit of $2 million to you, minus tax. That's coming to you twice a month. Now, think about that.
Nice.
And Jeff, you talk about giving $1 million. But when you wrap your mind around it, that's why $1 million to her is just not sufficient. He's getting $2 million every 15 days.
Well, I don't know the specifics of how they.
Isn't that amazing? That is the kind of wealth.
He's giving you a scenario.
Yeah, I'm just trying to give you a scenario why Jenny and I were saying, Jeff, why she's doing business. Because he can take care of her.
But her whole intention from the beginning.
Probably. Yes.
You don't
And
know
he should,
that,
but
but
if it
I'm
is, let's just say it
saying,
is. He should know that. They're doing the dance. They're doing business.
listen, I used to work at a strip club. I talk to these women.
Come
I
on,
know what
they
they
know.
do. If the NBA All-Star game is going to Houston, they
Ooh.
go to Houston in packs and droves, and they go and trick it.
on a mission, just
That's
like
on
just
a
like
mission.
just like the grifters that go because they know people are going to be, carrying lots of money. That's the scheming. That's what the women are doing. That's what the scammers are doing. I mean, well, I guess they probably could both be in the same category, but that's what they're doing. And if you know you pulling above what you would regularly pull, understand that there's probably some grifting going on. I mean, for real. But you've been around
Mhm.
long enough that we know the game. Everybody should know the game. And like I
This
said,
is
Yeah, I
Instagram,
don't think it's. You're right, Jenny. I don't think it's going to change.
never.
Like
This been
it
going
is.
around since the beginning of time, Jeff. This is
because
how it's been.
it's a job. And if you think you
Yeah.
find them, it's a job. You are
Yeah.
making it your mission in
Yeah.
life
That's true. That's
to
true.
get somebody else's bag. And
Yeah.
you're plotting, like he said, you're hanging out at the hotels, you're at the games, and you're figuring out how you can meet them. And if you got to pay somebody on the side, like a usher or somebody, to let you someplace where you're not supposed to be, they doing it.
Hey,
So, so if he
That's the
want to be naive and he gonna, lay down and do what he do and maybe not protect it or whatever, then don't be mad. $1 million though is not
Preach.
really cut it.
Preach, Jenny. Because Jeff, I feel you, but Jeff, guess what? These multinational companies, they plotting to take your money and mine. Trying to put a device in your pocket, make you think you can't go nowhere without this. Come on, come on. They running game on us.
They got us like crap.
Come on, same thing. They tricking us, man. We in a trick bag. Oh, well, I can't go. Where my phone? You drive across country. My phone.
No, drive down the street. I got to turn around and
they running game on us. You can't make it without your phone.
So yeah,
it goes both ways, Jeff. It goes both ways.
Everybody ain't gonna be Russell Wilson and Sierra. I wish they would though. You know what I mean? Like they look like a good, wholesome couple.
Yeah, you got Sierra.
You know, we were at the Knicks game the other day, and they just look so wholesome.
Boy, she fine.
Yeah,
Jenny, I'm sorry, but
you see guys like Travis. What's his name?
Sierra fine. That's why Russell Game ain't like it used to be, Jenny. He was a good football player.
But you look at
he got with Sierra. He worse than me.
You would look at Savannah and you'd be like, man, because she's very beautiful. She's beautiful. Yes, you would think LeBron wouldn't have been able to pull her, but like I said, there's women that like a certain type of guy. The roughnecks. And
when you're in love with a beautiful woman, it's hard. Dr. Hook, say it.
What?
When you're in love with a beautiful woman,
I mean,
you gotta watch your friends.
Yeah, it's always gonna be like that. It's always gonna be like
that. So yeah, I have no sympathy. Let me just say this: no sympathy for Anthony Edwards. None. Zero.
He good.
He good.
He good.
Paid. He ain't worried about it.
Yeah, hey man, just gotta scratch
watch you all up on his tip. Zero, nada.
No, I just don't think it's cool that women plot that they.
It's not cool, but if he walks into it though, if he just gonna walk willingly into it,
Jeff,
then he got to blame. Nobody but himself.
Jeff, I think you ought to quit. You behind on that.
No, I am quitting because it's never gonna go away.
Yeah. It's not going your way.
We ain't gonna win this.
Because you can't sit there and you want to do your dirt and then you want no consequences from you doing your dirt. Sorry. I'm not saying she's right. I'm just saying what she's legally able to get and going to get.
Hands up, J Fox. Hands up, baby.
So before we get out of here, I had a topic that one of my favorite actors Val Kilmer died. And it just made me really sad.
Oh.
And my favorite movie and my favorite line of that movie, one of my favorite movies and a favorite line of that movie. Tombstone,
Tombstone. Woo!
I'll be your huckleberry.
I'll
Love
be
it, love it, love it.
I'm a
Val
miss him.
Kilmer was in Tombstone.
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
Doc Holliday,
Oh,
man.
Doc Holliday. Okay,
Yeah.
that's my favorite character in that movie.
I mean, that movie, it had the, the action, it had the Am I My Brother's Keeper? Yes, I am. It had the romance. That movie was just all of that to me. And I could watch it again. I might go see if I can find it and watch it again now just because he passed away.
Jenny, you are so amazing. I'm so glad you brought it up because it touches me. My best man passed away almost 2 years ago, but we used to always recite Tombstone. We like, I'll be your huckleberry.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the line, man. I'll be your
I
huckleberry.
like Val Kilmer and what was the name of that movie?
He did Top Gun. He did Top Gun.
Top Gun, Batman.
Did Batman. Robert De Niro and Joe Pesci was in this movie.
Heat. He did Heat too. He did Heat.
Yeah, Heat was the movie I was thinking.
Yeah, Val Kilmer did Heat. He did but I think we're always gonna know him for Doc Holliday and Tombstone. I mean, he stole the movie.
And Top Gun too. Yeah, did you say Top Gun?
Yeah, he did the first Top Gun. He was Iceman. But
Yeah.
but Tombstone, good God, man. They just have clips on his lines from there.
Hey, I'm gonna send you guys a video of that rapper that I told you. A friend called me, a friend of a friend. They're like,
send it to us.
Can you get her on the show? And I listened to her lyrics. I'm like, what? Like,
Right.
I don't know, but she sure looks good.
See, that's the problem right there. Be sending me pictures. Don't be sending me pictures of these Insta models. I don't want to see it.
Yeah,
I sent you the picture of Anthony Edwards and his
And
baby mama.
I don't want to see
it. It wasn't a nudie. It wasn't disrespectful. It was actually a picture of them out in public.
If you send it to me, Jeff, will my firewall, can it make it through my firewall?
Yeah.
Okay.
I bet you if I sent you an LL Cool J picture with all oiled up.
Don't send me no LLJ picture.
I
You
mean-
just send it to your girl. Don't send me nothing with that Negro. Hey, don't send me no hard ankles. Don't send me no hard ankle pictures.
I like music, but I never was on the LL Cool J tip. Do he got a nice body? Yeah.
Licking his lips and everything. You send it to Jeff.
That was not for me. That was not for me. I wasn't on that. Oh my, you need to stop it right now.
Licking his lips.
Yeah, I was never on a LL Cool J tip like that.
That's all he did, J Fox, licking his lips and everything. Yeah, send that to Jimmy.
He's a good businessman too. If you listen to him talk about, a lot of his business ventures and different things like that, LL Cool J, smart businessman, and that's what you got to do. Like you said, diversify.
He did the FUBU.
Diversify, yeah,
diversify. But yeah, Val Kilmer.
Oh, by the way, guys, big Heat game tonight. They play the Celtics. The Heat have won 5 in a row after losing 10 in a row. The most confusing team in the NBA, Miami Heat. The most talentless team, but they have a great coach who somehow
finds a way
to get the best out of them.
The Celtics going to score 130.
Is the best coach in the NBA.
They're going to score 125, man. They're going to shoot like 53s on the Heat tonight.
I don't know. Don't be surprised if the Heat win tonight. They're playing in Boston.
Oh, they're in trouble.
Tyler Hero's on a roll. He's averaging 30 points a game. Bam had a monster game last time out. But he's capable of a 30-piece and then a 6-piece.
Jenny, it seems like the Heat is reeling Jeff Fox back in.
No, they're not.
Yeah, they bringing him back in.
I'm in that Eric Spoelstra fan. I really am.
Of course, yeah.
I told Eric Spoelstra to his face, man. Like I didn't know who you were, and I didn't think you were the right man for the job. When he coached the Big Three, I'll never forget. He said, "Good, I need people like you
to doubt him."
To doubt him.
And
that's the lesson.
Spoelstra.
Yeah.
And then speaking of Eric Spoelstra, it's said that it's rumored that the Heat delayed giving him his $100 million contract, so then he had to split it with the ex.
Yeah, I heard some stuff too, but I ain't gonna
It's
say it on this show.
good. That's good
Y'all
business.
ain't gonna call me no snitch.
That's good business.
I mean, well, it's out there. It's already out
You know what
there.
I'm talking about, right? Like there's somebody who's not getting a lot of minutes right now who used to get more minutes, but
Oh, you start that Jaime.
I didn't say it. I ain't heard it from me.
Okay, yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah, I ain't doing it. I ain't touching that. I ain't touching that. I'm gonna watch the Heat game tonight. I won 3 bets on Hard Rock last night.
Oh, good for you.
Oh,
Kudos to me. And there were small bets. They were like minor bets. They were like, so you don't even want
see,
to.
that's what he say when he don't want to share.
Nah. If I had it, you got it, man. But
We're gonna talk a little Final Four next show because it's coming up. I know we haven't
yeah.
really glossed
both-
over it.
Both are set, right? The guys and the girls are both set.
Okay.
Yeah.
Miss Juju though. They miss
Yeah.
Juju.
yeah, man, Juju, man.
Yeah, they miss her.
The team is still in it.
All my interest went out when Juju.
Yeah. Yeah. Connecticut wouldn't have won that game with
Well,
Juju out
what
there.
about Don Staley? You're not rooting for rooting for Don.
Well, she's already won. I was going for Juju.
Oh,
Dawn
okay.
got one. Yeah, Juju. Yeah.
She's been to 5 straight Final Fours. She good.
Hell, Dawn got a bunch of Olympic medals. Hell, it ain't like she ain't got nothing. She
Okay.
she got she
I like that
she is-
sometime.
she's going to the Hall of Fame. She's going to the Basketball Hall of Fame, Dawn
Oh,
Staley.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Juju's turn. It's her turn.
Okay. I feel like that sometime.
I see. I came in here wanted to do just 1 hour. And look what we did. 2.
Wow. Oh, Jeff,
You
make an
guys are
announcement.
amazing. You guys are amazing. Let me just tell y'all, for real. Was not up to it today, but you guys are amazing.
You see that thing at the bottom scrolling.
Oh yeah,
my man. Take care of my man. Jeff
yeah, man.
Fox.
We need the dineros, PayPal,
The moolah.
Venmo, yeah, Cash App. Send us some money, man, so we can keep paying the streaming services and maybe hire a real producer because we go off the deep end sometimes because we don't have a producer and our segments run long and stuff. But we love what we do, man.
Michael Williams saying nothing wrong with a snow bunny.
It's not, but that's the NFL draft. I guarantee you.
You got a bunny.
You're going to see somebody having a draft party. You're going to see a big athlete, and he's going to have Snow Bunny or Becky right there. Yeah. And it's just, you see it all the time. And I have a lot of female friends that do follow football and sport, and they hate that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hate
Well,
it.
but it's not just the NFL draft. It's
NBA draft too.
It's across the board. I mean, it's not just the draft. It's the NFL. It's the NBA. It's all of them. It's all of them.
Oh, by the way, I will be hosting the 2 Live Stews tomorrow in Atlanta.
Yeah, I like to meet those brothers, man. Ryan. Yeah,
Ryan
'cause, he played in Detroit. One of them played with the Lions.
Yeah, Ryan played with the
Ryan
Lions.
did.
Yeah.
So I'll be hosting with them at 7 a.m. They start early.
Yeah,
Well,
I like
don't
those
you-
brothers.
Oh, you said tomorrow, right?
Yeah. I
Oh.
hosted on Monday, and I'll be hosting again on tomorrow.
Yeah, I like to meet those brothers. They went to HBCUs too.
Yeah.
I think
They
they're
both,
good
they
brothers.
both cool.
Did they
We
both?
used
No,
to
one
have-
with the Georgia Tech. One with the Georgia Tech. Yeah, one.
we
Right.
used to have so
Right.
much fun having tailgate parties for the Falcons and stuff
Mhm.
because the 2 Live Stews were all of that.
Still
They
is.
still-
Check him out on Media and Entertainment Network. Your boy will be on at 7 a.m. with those fellas.
Yeah, send me the link. I like listening to you, Jeff. Send me the link when you're gonna
All
be
right.
on. Okay.
No doubt.
I'll,
My man.
I'll be working.
Oh.
I'll be working.
Y'all have a great day, man. We'll see y'all later. Peace.
John,
Would the senator yield for a question?
Chuck Schumer, it's the only time in my life I can tell you no.
I just want to tell you a question. Do you know you have just broken the record? Do you know how proud this caucus is of you? Do you know how proud America is of you?
Ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen. Order.
South Florida, this April 11th, it's the HBCU Relay Experience High School Preview Edition. Calling all South Florida high schools, coaches, and sports fans. Join us this April 11th, starting at 9 a.m. for a fun-filled day of track and field you don't want to miss. Featured competition event includes sprints, hurdles, 4x400 mixed relay, long jump, triple jump, pole vault, shot put, and more. Friday, April 11th at the Ensign Sports Complex, 10801 Miramar Boulevard, Miramar, Florida, starting at 9 a.m. with a high school preview open meet. Register your teams now at hbcurelayexperience.com.
The Jeff Fox Show, brought to you by Remix Sports Media.